is fit these coach seats into the bus. They're pretty beautiful. So, have a look at the space in here. I'm going to turn this into a dining area with the 2 coach seats on either side, so then we can legally have 4 passengers, as well as a dining area. So that's going to be pretty sweet. And what we're trying to do is match these new chairs from the coach to the old bolts, the old mounting holes. So because everything's out of position to the original seats, we have to fabricate some bars to go along here, and some extender pieces to bring these chairs out because they're not as wide. So what we've got here is the bottom of the chair that we need to extend. And we've got some 5mm plated steel here, and we're going to bolt those on like that to make it that little bit wider. And then these are our feet rails off the original bus seats that we're going to put to our new seats. So instead of being in line, because it's wrong, they have to sit out here. So that's what we're going to do by extending them to bring them out a little bit. And we also have to cut some of that to have this plate sit flush.
Ready for a mind altering psychedelic adventure? Only cruising, no one's losing. Riding, riding where it's at. Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Riding, riding where it's at. We're only grooving, no one's losing. Riding. Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? We're only grooving, no one's losing. Riding is where it's at. Mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Only cruising, no one's losing. Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure?
What I've got here is all the components to put the chairs in the bus. They're going to be these seats here, these coach seats. And basically that's the old rail from the original Rosa bus seats. This is an adaptation plate to make the new seats fit, because that rail sits here. And I've extended it out that way that the holes will mount to the original seat mounts to make it all legal. We needed to put an extender bar on to make that fit onto that, to raise the height, and obviously made the holes for this to screw in. And for the areas where there aren't the original, we've had these here fabricated, so we've got a few different options, and they will go underneath the bus, underneath all of that, to screw it on really tight to the underframe. So we're about 3 days in, and hopefully the seats will go in today.
Only cruising, no one's losing. But 50 is where it's at.
So we have to modify the edge of the seat here a little bit to make it fit over the new rails. That's what we're doing here. Bracing rail that goes around here and bolts on.
Yeah, open up your mind, I'ma give it to you next week. Open up your mind, I'ma give it to you next week. I'ma put it back, I'ma get it, put it in. Yeah, I'ma put it back, I'ma get it, put it in. Yeah, I'ma put it back, I'ma give it to you next week. Open up your mind, I'ma give it to you next week. Open up your mind, I'ma give it to you. Open up your mind, I'ma give it to you.
So as you can see here, we had to do some welding. My original idea was to just bolt these extra brackets on the side that faces the wall of the bus, thinking that one plate was aluminium and the other steel, so it would have been hard to weld that together. I thought I was just going to bolt it. There actually turned out to be not enough room for the bolts to sit flush with where I wanted it to. But then I realized that side of the chair actually has a steel bracket fixed on the chair, which means we can weld steel to steel. So that's what we did. And it worked out perfectly. A little bit of an extra job, but they're super strong. They're on there. And it was a little bit of a process trying to figure out how to get these rails marked up so that when we welded them, they were in exactly the right position. Because with bolts, we could have drilled slightly larger holes, and there could have been like some leeway. But we just went with this option and painstakingly tried to mock up a little bit of a cardboard design to get the edges flush and so on. But in the end, we got there, and you see here we've got some pretty strong rails being built. And these are just mounting brackets to the chair, so they actually will bolt on to the side wall of the bus where the original seat mounts were. You'll see that. Straightforward. These were some really old welding rods that we had lying around, like the burnt stuff was literally just falling off it. But hey, you know, you get there in the end and it's welded and it's strong enough. That'll do the trick.
Open up your mind, I'ma give it to you. Open up your mind, I'ma give it to you. Yeah, I'ma pull it back, I'ma pull it back, I'ma get it, put it.
These are bolted to the original bus seat hole, so that's fixed legally. And then these two will go down under the bus, and that's also fixed to the main rail. And then we welded on these side plates, these little skis, and they're going to sit against the back wall and fix onto these two bolts that are sticking out from the original seats as well, so it's going to be legit.
Ready for a mind, mushroom, psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind, mushroom, psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind, mushroom, psychedelic adventure?
Yeah.
I don't know, some people enjoy videos about bolts, okay?
They do.
You never know.
Yeah, I got all the little bits.
Ready. adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure?
As you know, every now and again you've got to stand around and scratch your head.
Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? We're only grooving, no one's losing, but hippie is where it's at. Mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Only grooving, no one's losing. Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure?
Yeah, baby. Foaming out. Foaming out. Gotta make sure everything goes in clean, you know? Finish a job with pride. Oh, that stuff smells. Kind of in a good way, though. Alright. That'll do. Last piece. And you go in there. And you go in here. Alright. And then the old floor cushions. Boots. Oh, that's pretty sick. Better get strapped in. Ready to roll, boss?
Ready for a mind?
Fucking perfect. That's mad. Now I just need a table. You could fit 3 people in here.
Easy.
So, technically this is a 6.
Mushroom psychedelic adventure? Ready for a mind mushroom psychedelic adventure?
And they reclined?
Yeah, it's this button. Wait, there, that little red button.
Oh, yeah?
Push that and then... Yeah, it's not massive, but you know, it's enough to get a little bit of a lean.